Yeah, because I love sunglasses and go everywhere with my sunglasses. It's also a passion. Once I have university and I can study, and then I have my friends, I have my routine and I get into it, and I'm happy. I put 100% of myself whatever I do. Like either I cook, either I study, either whatever I do. Maybe add something simple, but
So this episode was shot earlier, very early actually, I would say. This was like, I think the second episode. This was supposed to be the second episode, but we were holding this for like very long, and we were like, okay, when should we put this out? But this podcast is with very good friend of mine, Giusy. Back when I was in Sweden, and we were having this conversation. She happens to be on the same floor as I was. And yeah, back then she was also on Erasmus, so we met at that time. And this podcast was actually shot in Padua, and this is a very different setting of the podcast. This was shot very differently, done very differently, and it's a very good twist of the entire podcast series I have done so far. And Juicy brings in a lot of value, a lot of different perspective into things. She brings her own ideas, brings her own insights upon Italian culture, Italian things, and Italian food, of course, as well. So make sure you watch until the end, and let's get started.
thank you first of all for the opportunity.
Yep.
Because I can talk about myself a bit. And I'm from Alghero, in Sardinia, which is like one of the two islands of Italy. And I live in a really beautiful city where I go just in summer, because then I study here at Padua. And Alghero is beautiful. There is beach, sun, and you should go there if you like the sun. And nothing, I studied here. I started my bachelor here, so 3 years ago. Now I'm writing my bachelor thesis and starting my master in linguistics. Padua is really nice, and it's a student city, so there are many students. You use the bike a lot. You can go around anywhere with the bike. Right?
Yeah, we have been using the bike, from the past 2 days. So yeah.
It's a quite small city also. Like you can go anywhere with the bike and just bike around and enjoy nature.
I love the fact that everything is so planned that, if you're here in the city and you just take a tour like 1 or 2 times, you get to know the city so much that you feel like you belong to the city already.
You can create a map of the city in your mind.
Yeah, really easily. I think this is a very closely packed city, and I think it's very cleverly planned as well. Yeah. So,
so yeah, really nice restaurants.
Yeah, really nice restaurant. Even we went for the breakfast and lunch. I think the food is pretty good. Of course, it's Italy, so the food has to be very good. Yeah. So tell us about your masters. What exactly are you planning to do in your masters, and what is it all about?
Okay.
Also, you have to also tell me, why are you wearing shades? Although we are sitting in a shady area, why are you wearing a shade? Is it like something which is a very popular thing? Yeah, the sunglasses.
Yeah, because I love sunglasses and go everywhere with my sunglasses. It's also a
fashion thing, of course.
Item, everybody has to be.
If you're in Italy, you have to be fashionable. Yeah, okay, coming back to your masters.
Exactly. So I study linguistics, and when I tell people what I study linguistics, they think I study languages, but that's not really what it's about. Mostly, it's a really big field, I'd say. Like you can go to teach maybe grammar, Italian, and high school, but you can also work with computational linguistics, or even like acoustic sound and this kind of things.
Okay.
Exactly. But I'm at the start, so still I'm getting into it. I have most of the courses are in English. Half of them are in English, which I'm really happy of.
Yeah.
Because, by the way, I love traveling, and I've always traveled in my life. Since I was 5 years old, I've been to England actually.
Okay.
So that's why I always loved English. I had a really good English when I was little, and I learned it spontaneously.
Mm-hmm. That's true. I mean, it's very hard to find Italian people with good English.
Yeah, it's really hard, especially like Italian people that have a good English and they can speak,
Yeah, true.
Because we are not used to interact with English speakers.
Yeah, that's another thing. How do you plan to, create an impact from the work that you're doing currently? how do you feel like you can possibly create the impact, and what impact do you want to create when you're like finished with the studying?
Okay. This is a really hard question because yeah. I would like in my mind I would like to make a difference.
Okay.
I don't want to be an average student.
No, I think you're already doing really well in your academics.
Yeah, no, but it's hard. I think first of all I want to be my aim is to not just know the world just around me, but explore more and see more and get into the world, and also being more empathic with people, because if you travel a lot and you see a lot, then you can understand the cultures also.
Mm-hmm.
So this first of all, my goal is to get a job that I really like, and that can give me the possibility to have also free time to do what I want, so let's say. But I need something that is always different, so work that is never the same.
Mm-hmm.
Because otherwise I get bored.
Yeah.
Maybe something I can travel with, or and this kind of I don't know exactly, but I don't like to
bind to a place or to a thing.
Or to a field.
Okay.
I started university because I really believe in studies,
Yeah.
So I thought, of course you need to be determined in life.
Yeah.
But it's also good to leave your possibilities open and see a bit what there is outside.
True.
Because I think there are really a lot of fields and works that we don't even know about.
Yeah, true. So maybe that brings me to the next question. I know for a fact that you're a very process-oriented person. You like systems to be there. You like everything to be planned on the calendar. Yeah. Because in the past 2 days, we were planning, and and she was like, okay, let's meet at 9:45, and my thinking was, okay, it's a vacation, of course, so I'm gonna relax, and I can make it 9:50, and every time that happens, she texts me at 9:45. Where are you? Are you downstairs? So I know for a fact that you like to make things in a very particular and planned way.
I need a schedule.
You need a schedule, yeah. So how is it like for you when you relocate to a different place? Because I know you came to Umeo, and you relocated from Padua to from Sardinia to Padua, and how was it like? Do you feel the changes? Yeah.
I'm a bit afraid of change, but I don't know why I like to change always.
Okay.
Every time I start a new thing, it's a bit hard for me because I have to get into the system, the routine. But then when I have the basic things I always do, like university, sports, that's also important.
So how do you make yourself comfortable that you feel like home? Let's say you move to a different city. What?
My routine.
Yeah. So you think getting into the routine is the first thing that you do, and that makes you feel much more comfortable?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, and so
people I meet, of course, can make me feel at home. But especially I need, once I have university and I can study, and then I have my friends, I have my routine and I get into it, and I'm happy again.
That's so basically a routine.
You have to build it every time.
You have to build it. Yeah, and how much time do you think it takes for you to build it? Of course, with the friends, it's a lot longer, but with the routine or something.
Depends on the place. I would
how was it in maybe a month or something? Okay.
The more you travel,
the less it takes for you. Yeah, that's a very important thing. Yeah, the more you travel, the faster you can blend into the city. True. So that brings me to the next one. So tell me how do you feel when you're under pressure? Do you like to be under pressure, or do you feel like being under pressure is bad for you? Because for a lot of people, it's it's scary. But is it something that you feel like being under pressure makes you much more productive? Or is it something that you feel like, no, I don't want to be under pressure all the time?
I feel all the time under pressure, I'd say. Especially now, I'm writing my thesis, and it's a lot of work, You have to fix, you send it to a professor, then he sends it back. It's a work.
It's a lot of work.
Never ends. And but every day I do so many things because I plan so many things in my day, so packed every day. And but I think that I'm really productive when I'm under pressure. So
okay.
I have to put myself a bit under pressure. Otherwise, no, it doesn't work.
You feel it?
I'd say, with studies, I'm really used to be under pressure.
I think that's.
I can bear it really well.
I think that's something that I felt in Europe, to be honest. That a lot of good universities, especially, they want to make you feel under a little bit of pressure, because so that you stay intact with the studies. Especially, of course, with Erasmus, it's like a lot more open-ended option, because with Erasmus, you can choose your own subjects and create what you want, go out and party a lot more often. But when you're doing your full-time studies in a university, then it's more like very focused to making sure that you are very productive all the time.
Exactly.
True.
But since my high school, because I chose a classical studies, so we always studied.
What is it about? What is it plus the difference between classical and the other one?
There's classical studies or maybe scientific studies.
Okay.
Usually before you go to university.
Okay.
Then there is a lot of others, but these are the main ones.
Okay, so you have the option to choose from classical and the...
Yeah, this was like if you want to go to university, usually you choose liceo classical or liceo scientific.
Okay. That's in Italian.
Classical, you study maybe Latin, Greek, and literature, and this. Scientific, you study more about chemistry and maths. Of course, you have it also in the classical studies, but in the scientific, you study more.
Okay, so that's more of like for the engineers or the people who want to go to the tech.
You want to do medical studies, and you have a test,
Yeah, like an entrance exam or something.
Exactly.
Yeah, true. So, but you being away from your home for I think 3 years now, I maybe 4. Okay, yeah. So you kind of have a very good sense of being independent in terms of doing. Yeah, so doing things on your own, and making sure that you do you do craft things on your own. So how do you feel? Which life do you prefer? Do you prefer the independent one, or do you want to stay with your parents? And that's an easy question.
Of course, I love to be independent. Like, I need to plan my life and do my things and be separate. I'm really close to my family.
Is it a common thing in Italy to be close to the family?
This is an interesting point that you're touching, because in Italy, I'm an exception, because most of the people prefer to stay at home, the mom.
Yeah, the mom was by.
30 or something.
Yeah, exactly.
If you go outside, then you notice that maybe people at 18.
Yeah, it's written. Yeah. So independent. Yeah. Yeah.
But in Italy, we really...
I think that's
Mamoni. Our moms. Yeah, but I'm not like this, because I always...
I have met personally like a couple of people from Italy, like in my Erasmus in Dortmund, and they also tell me the same thing, that they would probably stay with their parents for like till they're 30 or something, and that's a very common thing.
Like, it's uncommon to have also our own house.
Yeah.
Even if you study close to your place, to your hometown, you still have an independent
houses. Yeah. Especially, I feel it's quite strongly in like Germany, Sweden, and every country like these.
They're like that, of course.
Yeah, they want to make sure that the kids are like much more independent at a very early stage.
But I have to say, my family was really good with this, because I think, of course, this would make my mom want to be close to her, but she always said like that I should be free, to explore.
How do you say it in Italy? Italian? Sorry. How do you say it in Italian?
What?
The same sentence, So the one that you're telling, how does your mom say it?
She says that in Italian.
Yeah, of course. Throw a little bit of Italian over here.
That she's happy. But that she's happy if I go away, because I see other things and then I come back and I grow.
Yeah. Okay.
And but she wants to give me like weed supply.
Yeah. Okay. Ali per volare. Okay.
Otherwise, you see solito off this.
So I have some Italian questions now, maybe to make it a little lighter. So how do you feel when someone puts ketchup, like tomato ketchup, on a pizza?
This is really bad for me. I cannot see it. Even pasta, they do it.
Yeah, or the pasta as well.
It's not fast food. Okay, let's clear this. Pizza is not fast food. Because we have a long tradition about it. Also, we make it rise a lot of time, 24 hours, so it doesn't, grow in our belly. It's something kind of healthy, because then at the basic of it, there are 3 ingredients, which are flour, tomato sauce, and the mozzarella.
Okay.
So it should be something not too unhealthy.
Not too unhealthy. It's a diet food.
No.
Not a diet food.
But it's not.
It's not
fast food.
It's not fast food. Yeah, I think the most stereotypical thing that about pizza is like it's a fast food. A lot of people think that it's a fast food.
Outside Italy, it's like this.
Yeah, that's what I think.
That's when who makes it is not Italian, I think.
Nah.
People should know.
So, but I know for a fact that you were telling me yesterday about. So we were on this. Yesterday we went to this place where we had the 1 meter pizza. And you were telling me about this, that people even like a very specific, if the pizza is made on a stone or it's made on the electric one or something.
It's made in a stone oven, then it's a really good pizza. Electric is okay, but the stone oven is better.
And is it like everyone has
Flavor,
of the stone?
Yeah.
Okay. So, but I know for a fact that everyone has their own recipe. So is it like a common thing? Yeah.
It's a secret.
It's a secret, right?
It's a secret in Italy.
Yeah. So if you because there are a lot of family traditional recipes as well.
Yeah, exactly.
That if your family is like really good at making this, they just make that only.
Your grandma, especially. Grandmas are really good with making food.
Do you have a lot of memories from your childhood for the same?
Yeah, I'd say my mom is lately she's a lot into cooking, so she's doing this. My grandma doesn't love it, but my dad is a chef, so he cooks a lot, and not at home, I have to say. But if I ask him, yes. I think, I'm really similar to him in this sense, because I love enjoying food, making food, and also when I stress, and I start making food, it relaxes.
But also another thing, like I know that I've realized that in Italy you see a lot of people with
Myself a bit comfortable.
Yeah, of course. So I know that and I've seen that a lot of people over here in Italy like belong to a lot of cultural things. They want to associate themselves either to food or to art or to some sort of cultural thing that binds them to the culture. How is it like? I mean, is it like something which is important for them, or is it like is it flowing from the generations and generations?
It's our identity, we're really proud of our culture. Because we're really proud of our culture, and I have to say Italy has a lot of variety, because wherever you go, changing regions, we're in Veneto.
Yeah.
Padua is in Veneto, then there is Lombardia, where Milan is. There is, the south road or the islands. Wherever you go, there is a different tradition. Then we have some things in common,
Okay, like?
For example, like a basic thing, like the fashion, we all love fashion.
Of course, that's why we're wearing our glasses right now.
Everything. But every place you visit, you find, for example, a different
culture.
A different food culture.
A different food culture, yeah.
They have a food culture, or they have maybe traditional events, every year that they have.
And but
specific place.
And do you think in the past 10-15 years has the culture been dropped, or is it even growing even more with the future generation? Like the new generation is adapting to the culture, or they're like dropping it?
I'd say maybe there is a change, because in the past it was more, also even the language is different, because we have dialects in Italy.
Yeah, okay.
And every region has a dialect. So for example, the dialect in the past was more strong, and now it's a bit less, because young people, they understand it maybe, but they don't speak it.
Okay.
Still, I think young people, even the young generation, is carrying the Italian culture.
Yeah. Okay, so they're taking it forward properly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe it will change, everything changes.
Everything changes, yeah, true.
The basic things.
True. But also, so day before yesterday, I tried this drink from Padua. It's known as Spritz.
Yeah, the orange drink.
What is it exactly? Yeah, what is it? I mean, I haven't.
Aperol and Prosecco.
What is Aperol?
Aperol, it's the orange.
Yeah, okay.
So it gives the orange.
Yeah.
And then the Prosecco.
Prosecco, I know the Prosecco.
Sparkling.
Okay. So it was founded in Padua?
It was founded in Padua, yeah.
And you were telling me that there's a festival around it, is it?
Everyone drinks it. If you go around, you see
orange drink. So, if you're coming to Padua, you should ask for Spritz.
For Spritz.
Spritz. And they even make
an event every year, I think. Here they put up the panoramic wheel, the Plaza della Valle, which is like
the city center?
yeah.
Okay.
was very beautiful. You could go around and buying a spritz, you could have a bracelet and then go on to the panoramic.
Okay. So do you collect all these bracelets and you get the chance to go on the panoramic wheel? Okay. That's insane. And why is it why? So do you also have like a lot of drinking culture over here? Like people do get drunk and
Yeah, more a lot. But I'd say like I don't know, the drinking culture in Italy is a bit different from the other places because
because
enjoy drinking.
yeah, okay. Because in
Love drinking, and especially knowing what we're drinking and matching it to the food, especially the wine.
yeah.
Like basically just basic stuff, basic knowledge about this.
Maybe you can
Red wine is with meat. And
okay.
white wine is with fish.
Okay.
There are all the types, I take a course about
Oh, there's a course about it. Where is it?
a university
A university course.
wine tasting or something like this.
So it's like a 6-month course, and you have to give an
And
It's in Venice,
yeah,
and
it's a master.
it's a master's. It's a master's about wine tasting.
There are university also specialized in food.
Wait. So
They take you around Italy, regions, and you
Oh,
specialize in this thing.
okay. So
Gastronomic,
so they will make you a food professional.
So then if you want to found, restaurant, open a restaurant or something.
Have you done something like this in your past, like any sort of course, or maybe like a subject or something?
No. Just my dad teach me.
Has he done something like that before? That makes him
He did some gastronomic
courses.
courses. Exactly.
Yeah.
Then he worked a lot abroad.
Yeah. Of course, that.
In Germany, went around, and so he learned in the field.
Yeah, I think being in the field is like much more important than
He
true.
worked with good chefs.
Good chefs. Yeah,
That's the way you learn.
I being with a chef. Yeah, I think probably I should make a visit to Sardinia and try.
Try something my mom.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So that would be very interesting. So, quick. Huh? You'll be waiting. Yeah. So let's ask some rapid fire questions. You have to be very quick now. Yeah. This is the part that I love. So if you have to choose between pizza with ketchup or pasta without sauce, which one would you choose?
Pasta without sauce.
Why?
Of course. White pasta you mean with olive oil?
Yeah, just plain pasta.
I love plain pasta.
You love plain pasta? Okay.
Parmigiano Reggiano.
Yeah. So if you have to choose between Padua versus Sardinia,
That's
yeah.
no.
Why not? What's wrong?
Padua is giving me so much,
Yeah.
culturally.
And
Sardinia is my
home.
hometown.
Yeah,
I never have to
but you have to choose one. So if you have to choose one, which one would
my
be?
future.
Yeah, I mean, if you have to live there for your entire life.
I'm not a yes or no person.
Yeah, but if you have to stay for their entire life.
Padua, maybe.
Padua? Okay.
I love Sardinia.
So Italian. So if you have to choose between Italian gelato versus Italian chocolate, that you have to enter for gelato.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I think I'm saying it wrong. It's gelato. Yeah.
Gelato.
Yeah. So but why? You don't like Italian chocolates?
No, I like it, but I gelato. I eat ice cream.
I tried the Italian chocolates, and I think I should take some before leaving.
Yeah.
They're amazing. I think they're pretty good.
It's a really good
Shop.
shop.
I think there are a lot of shops which are award-winning as well, if not. So, if you have to choose between being rich at 25 versus being independent at 20, which one would you choose?
Independent one.
Why not the other one?
Maybe rich because you're also
No, you have to choose one. That's the hard part.
rich at 20.
Rich at 25.
But I can be independent. No? But you have to have your ideas clear.
Ideas clear. That's important.
Yeah. If you're rich now.
So if you have to, another question. Okay, next one. If you have to choose between traveling the entire world versus doing a podcast with me, which one would you choose?
You know how much I love traveling.
Okay, it's fine. So if you this is the last one. Okay, but if you have to choose between having a teddy bear versus going to India, which one would you choose? But I know for a fact that you have an obsession with teddy bears because in the last trip as well, and yesterday as well, you were telling me about this. But
The teddy coat
Yeah, teddy coat. Yeah. So in Italy, you call it teddy coat, right? Like the fluff. Cool. So, that wraps it up for both of us, Giusy. It was indeed a great, podcast too. Yeah, I hope you enjoy. The first interview. Do you have something that you want to tell yourself, like when you see this podcast, like 5 or 10 years afterwards? Do you have something that you want to tell yourself for the future, Giusy?
Something new.
Okay.
Despite all the doubts I have about myself, I'm really proud that I put a lot of effort in everything I do. And something really nice that someone told me is that I didn't, like, sometimes I don't know if other people feel what I am, like understand what I am. But this person knows a lot what this person knows.
Yeah, okay.
And this person said to me that I'm really passionate about things, I put 100% of myself whatever I do. Like either I cook, either I study, either whatever I do. Maybe add something simple, but complicated. So yeah, keep doing this and you will go far.
Yeah, perfect. But thank you, Giusy, for being over here and showing me around Padua as well. And I hope you enjoyed this episode and got some value out of Padua. Giusy's.
You want to come to visit me?
Yeah. You should. Yeah. But that's all for this episode. I'll catch you up with another one. Till then, peace.